Alright, so I want to make some beginner AR-15 videos. I noticed that I don't have any, and coming election season, there'll probably be some kind of panic buying going on, and people will be buying their new AR-15s and looking for instructional videos, so I figured I'd go ahead and make some. So basically, I just want to go over some of the simple controls quick. So when you're at the gun shop, you see an AR-15 you like, or any gun for that matter, but we're going to specifically go over AR-15s. They hand you the weapon. More than likely, it's not going to have a magazine inside of it. In fact, I don't think any of them will. But if they do, first thing you want to do is keep your finger off the trigger. Good trigger discipline is always important. No matter what gun you're handling, no matter how many times you've made sure it was clear, keep your finger off the trigger. The AR-15 is perfect. Your finger should go past the trigger guard there. Just keep it off the trigger. Now, if there's a magazine inserted, this button here is called your magazine release. All you do is just push it in, and that'll spit your mag out. The magazine should drop free. Occasionally, some of the surplus mags won't. You just pull it out. Once you do that, you're going to come up to the top here. This is called your charging handle. This is going to allow you to pull the bolt carrier group, which is this part here, back. When you do that, you can visually inspect inside the chamber to make sure that there is no brass on the inside. The weapon is clear. This is your safety here. Most AR-15s are going to just come with the safety lever over on this side, where you can see the safe and the fire. So when it's on safe, obviously that means the weapon is safe. That does not mean that you can point this anywhere you want or anything. You always treat the weapon as it's loaded. But as it's on safe, we just check to make sure there's no rounds in the chamber. I'm going to show you. You cannot pull the trigger. When it's on fire, you flip the safety lever down. It goes to the fire position. You can now squeeze the trigger. It's on an empty chamber. Now, if you do that, if you dry fire, or if you do that after you've checked to make sure there's no rounds in the chamber, you're going to notice that you cannot put the safety back on. That's normal for all AR-15s. All you have to do is reset the hammer on the inside, and all you do is just pull back on the charging handle. That resets the hammer, and now you can put the weapon on safe. So once you do that, you make sure the weapon is clear. The AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle, which means whenever there's ammunition in the gun and the magazine, every time you pull the trigger, it will automatically eject a round. It'll spit the round out, and it'll load a new one. There is a gas tube that runs up here. You can't really see, it's kind of hidden from the rail system here. But all AR-15s will have a gas tube that runs here. And basically when you fire a round, it'll suck some gas out of the barrel and siphon it into this tube. And it goes in, and it'll hit the carrier, and it'll come back, and it'll cycle another round. This is your forward assist here. This is a button that you can hit, pushes in. If you get, I don't even think I can get this to do it. If you get a malfunction, or where the gun doesn't go into battery, kind of like that, all you have to do is just tap this forward assist, and these little teeth that are here on the side of the gun, on the side of the bolt carrier group, this goes in and it pushes, it'll force the bolt closed. So that's basically the fundamentals. Oh, one more thing. So on this side of the gun, there's a button called a bolt catch. And basically what that button does is it will, when you pull the bolt open, push this in, and it'll lock the bolt. It'll hold the bolt to the rear like that. And then whenever you are done, you just push this paddle in. I'm going to do it from this side so you can see. Just push the paddle in, and it'll drop the bolt. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now what that'll do is when you have an empty magazine inserted, pull the bolt back, it'll automatically lock it open. You don't have to push that button. It's called a last round hold open. You change your magazine. I put dummy rounds in here whenever you're firing, and the bolt locks open like it does on the last round. So when your mag's empty, you eject the mag, you insert a fresh magazine, just come up, tap it in there, and hit this button, It's going to close the bolt. You're going to have a fresh round in there. You see, took the round. And then, like I said, so it's semi-automatic. So every time, now these are dummy rounds, so I can do this. Do not do this with real ammunition, obviously. So all you're going to do is pull the trigger. When you do that, it's going to come back. It's going to eject the round, and it's going to load a new round. And then you hear that click. That's the hammer resetting. Do it again. It's going to do it again. The hammer's going to reset. Pull the trigger. Fire. It's going to do it again. Do it again. And then when it's out of ammunition, you see how it locked open like that? Now, when you're actually firing, this charging handle doesn't come back. It stays locked in here, so don't worry about that. In order to demonstrate how the gun operates, I had to do that. I had to cycle the bolt manually using the charging handle. But you can stick your face up on the gun. You don't have to worry about the charging handle coming back and hitting you. So, and that's the basic operations of an AR-15. Hope you learned something. Have a good day.